And welcome back to episode, what is it, Twin? 14?
14.
Episode 14 of Woke or Stoked. We have
Yeah.
both Woke or Stoked mascots. Twin, do you care to indulge on who we have here today?
Pee-wee, he's always here. And then that amazing bunny is Moon, our intern and secondary mascot.
Yeah, with them big old eyes. How you doing, Moon?
I'm good.
Okay, well, we're going to feed her some stuff later, but now we can get started on the show. I'm just going to put her down, but we just wanted to share a new guest today on the Woke or Stoked Tower.
Yeah, Woke or Stoked Tower.
Yeah.
The tower which may or may not be located in a city near you.
Let me put her down before she gets even more freaked out. All right.
Well, that was beautiful, Jose.
Thank you very much. I had to toss her out onto the suite outside. All right, guys.
Oh, by the way, if you are an international viewer, tervetuola me oleme woke tai stoked.
Wow.
And if you can tell me what language that is, Jose will do the next episode wearing a salmon suit.
You're going to be wearing a salmon suit?
What's the next line?
Oh my god! That's a good one!
That's a good one.
All right, we're off to an incredible start right now, guys. All right, so how's this going to work today? We got two quick news stories. We're going to do one new one and one following up on something else that we talked about at a previous episode.
Hell yeah.
Of course, we have a little game for all of y'all and some viewer questions to win.
I'm excited.
I'm excited as well.
I heard a little bunny told me
Uh-oh.
that we have multiple viewer questions today, Jose.
We do. Apparently last show was a big hit and some people wanted to support. We thank you for that. You just click the link in the description of the video or the comment and you can send us a question and we will read it out loud and respond.
Also, this is our 100 subscriber special. Episode
Yay!
14. 100 subscribers, episode 14. Not
Hopefully
bad.
nobody unsubscribes after hearing that. That would hurt my feelings. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Thank you for 100 subscribers, and
Thank
let's
you, guys.
jump right into it. So, Twin, this past weekend, a massive, massive film came out, which, of course, is
Wicked 2.
Wicked 2, Wicked for Good.
I keep calling it Wicked 2.
Yeah, well, you know, technically it's Wicked 2, it's Wicked Part 2. But what I want to talk about is profitability, right? This is what we're going to talk about today. Now, Twin, do you have any idea what the budget was for the first Wicked?
110?
110? 150. 150 million. 150 million. And do you know the budget for the second film?
I'm going to guess that it went up slightly.
Indeed.
175.
Indeed. About 160, you know, something like that. 165. I'm seeing different variations that say that.
Okay.
Why are we bringing this up? Because Wicked has turned into a natural phenomenon, right? Everybody's watching it. Everybody's talking about it, right? Now, we want to break down just how much profit it's really making, okay? Because let's not forget, Twin, what you just said, 150 times 2 is?
300.
Yeah. Twin, if I told you I'm going to make a movie for $300 million, you might be a little bit crazy to agree to that. You get what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. That's Avengers level money for a movie, right?
That's crazy money.
It's crazy money. This is what we want to talk about. Universal took a big risk on this, a really big risk, right? Because let's just call it everything included, let's call it 350. Okay. I'm asking you for $350 million for a movie basically split into two. You know, two movies technically. That's a lot of money, Twin. This could very easily not work, right? You are really, you know, opening yourself up to basically losing hundreds of millions of dollars. Am I right?
That would be a pretty clear and evident risk.
Yes. So we need to talk about how profitable this new one is, right? So let's put some numbers up on the screen for you guys so you guys can know. So the first budget movie, we're dealing with $150 million, right? It made about $760 million worldwide.
Pretty good.
760.
I'm not a mathematician, but I think it made its budget back.
Exactly. Now, Twin, as you know, the theaters take half of that cut, right? There's promotions and marketing and stuff like that. So let's just say, and this is why this is interesting, that 800, let's call it 760, right? That 760 includes everything from both movies. What do I mean by that? The budget for both movies is 300. Let's say promotion and marketing, let's just go crazy, 100 each, right? We're at 500. If you're doing the math, it still made a profit, even including both movies just on the first movie, right? Now the theaters take half of that, right? So we're at 760 let's go to 500. So 760 divided by 2, twin. What do we got on that one?
760 divided by 2. That's 380.
380. Okay, so basically
Yeah.
what we're getting at is that after theaters take their cut, Wicked 2, the Wicked first movie has made about 400. That's fair to say,
I
right?
trust your math.
Yeah, thank you. So what this is basically getting at is the second movie, the one that just came out, is basically, and while we're covering it, it's basically a pure profit movie right now.
Okay.
This new movie, you know how much Wicked 2 has made? Now keep in mind, it just came out. Let's not get too crazy, but how much has Wicked 2 made, twin?
So far.
Yes, sir.
Oh God, let's see. It's made 100,
100?
100 million
Wicked 2 has currently made, as of the taping of this, 253.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. 253
Worldwide, I assume?
worldwide.
Oh my
Worldwide.
God.
Now, if you're doing any sort of math, guys, that is just straight profit. The first, and this is why Universal was genius, honestly. It's a big risk. They took a huge risk. We talked about a risk last week with Coppola, right? Universal took a huge
Yeah.
risk on this one because if it failed, they lost hundreds of millions. But this worked out so well because the first movie made enough to cover the budgets of both movies plus marketing. So now they literally just sit back and let the money rain on them for every dollar that Wicked 2 makes. And it's at 250 right now. Obviously, it's going to get to 500. I mean, is that any doubt? Of course. I mean, by next week, it'll be at 500, maybe 600. That's pure profit, twin. 100% profit. Let the theaters take their cut. You're still taking home 300, $400 million profit. What do you think, twin? Good investment or what?
Yeah, I think I could do a lot with that money, actually. No, that's really cool. I knew that, uh, it had already become extremely profitable. I thought that was pretty evident from the first one. I mean, we're not also, you and I were having a side conversation about the additional kind of side campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his name being the wizard and like
Yes.
fucking commercials and stuff. The Chili's Elphaba and the Galinda Margs, which I tried the Elphaba one. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually put some Sprite in it because it was really syrupy.
To get extra drunk, twin.
Yeah. So like we were also talking about how like there's all that stuff on the side too.
Yeah.
And places, they pay money so that they can get the Wicked name and that stuff.
Yeah, and I tried to do some research for you guys to really like the Goldblum commercial or the Wicked theme song. I can't find solid numbers on that because they keep that under lock and key. But we know that it isn't free. Universal could say, hey, Google, if you want to use our music, our Wicked, you want to use our actors, $30 million. Right? So all of that is just profit. Now, to put it in context for you guys,
Wow.
now this is a number I do know. F1, the racing movie that we were talking about, before the movie released, had made already about 41 million just off of partnerships, commercials in the movie, the markings and the branding on everything, right?
Well, like IWC, right?
Exactly. So what I'm getting at is, let's just use F1 as an example. F1 had $40 million before even opening, already in the budget, already back in the box office, right? Is it crazy to say that Wicked also has about 40 million even before opening? Is that insane to think that all of those commercials, partnerships, Chili's, everything? I think we're lowballing it, honestly. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more, but let's just call it 40. That means that this 250, add another 40 that we're talking about, guys. I mean, this is just an unimaginable success. I mean, congratulations to Universal. Congratulations to everybody. And it was a good movie. We both liked it, right?
Yeah.
So congratulations to everybody. But yeah, we need to talk about that because oftentimes profitability is kind of muddled, right? You guys don't really know, well, it cost 200 to make, but it made 400, so that's a profit. Wrong. It made 400, true, but the theaters take half or a third, plus marketing. That movie lost money. If you made 400 on a $200 million budget, you lost money, unfortunately. Fair. So that is our first news story. Congratulations to Wicked. Really well done.
Congratulations. The people behind Wicked are watching this. Good job.
You are approved by Woker Stoked.
Woker Stoked approved.
Our second story and our final story is kind of a follow-up, twin. Now, remember we were talking about Warner Brothers, right? The big story in town, everybody's talking about Warner Brothers is selling, right? Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, I want to put this out there. It is possible it doesn't end up selling. That's always a possibility. Very unlikely, but it's a possibility, okay? So let's not forget about that.
We talked about that as a slim possibility.
Yes. So let's not forget that that's a possibility. However, let's live in reality. Now, twin, if you remember in their episode, you remember which studio I told you has this guaranteed and locked and stocked and loaded barrels?
I believe it was the Paradance Brothers. But
Exactly.
Paramount, right? It was Paramount.
Exactly, Paramount. I also mentioned Netflix. I also mentioned Comcast / Universal in that episode. If you guys want to go back for a more in-depth discussion, go back 2 or 3 episodes ago. Well, it turns out that my sixth sense about these things turned out to be more right than wrong because it has now been narrowed down to 3 studios. 3 studios. Now, keep in
Can
mind,
I guess which ones are out of the
please
running?
do.
So our studio is out of the running.
Woker Stoked,
is out of the running.
we put a bid for Warner Brothers. They came back they said we offered too much money. I don't know what that means, but continue,
Right.
Twin.
I'm gonna say Apple is still in.
Okay.
Disney's out.
Okay.
Netflix is out.
Okay. And who else is in other than Apple?
I say it's between. No. Apple's in.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's out.
Okay.
So it's Apple, Netflix, and Paramount.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, Twin, you said Apple, Netflix, and Paramount are trying to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. You are right about 2 out of 3. So congrats, Twin.
Okay.
This is what's happening. We talked about this a while ago, but now we're going to update it because there's more info now. It turns out that more than likely one of these 3 studios will own Warner Brothers within the next year. And we will know a lot more December 1st. So we'll come back to this for a 3rd time, apparently. Those studios are Paramount, which is still, in my opinion, the heavy favorite.
Yeah.
You have the administration looking very positively on that. Famously, the president came out and said he wanted Rush Hour 4 made. So things are already happening.
I heard about that.
As if Paramount is already buying it. So that's still my heavy favorite. However, my 90% or whatever I had it at, I'm going to go down to like 60% likelihood that Paramount gets it.
Wow, dude.
The other studio that's in contention, Netflix. Netflix is still in contention, and they got lawyers involved, and these are the same lawyers.
That.
These are the same lawyers. They already hired a firm. These are the same lawyers that helped Disney buy Fox. So they're not messing around. I would put Netflix at 20%. So we're at 80 in total. And the last studio.
So Apple's out.
The last studio, Comcast Universal, Twin.
I forgot about them.
Comcast Universal. We just talked about Wicked, Twin. You know where that profit might come in handy? Increasing your bid for Warner Brothers.
Good point.
Let's find out. So let's delve into this a little bit more, guys. So now, let's be clear again. Amazon could come out of nowhere. Apple could come out of nowhere. Obviously, anything is possible. But these are studios that have put in bids, that have hired lawyers, that have gotten cash offers ready. So in the realm of reality, let's not waste time. We're dealing with 3 studios: Paramount, Netflix, and Universal. So quickly, let's go over what looks likely, what doesn't look likely. Now, Twin, you just said right now that you don't like that Netflix is in it. Why?
Well, we talked about kind of future movie projects and how Netflix has kind of run their business currently. And we're not necessarily the hugest fans. I don't know if I'm speaking for both of us, but I don't know if we want to see like them have an excessive amount of power and influence over the industry. They already have a massive influence. I mean, their originals get a lot of attention and often no theatrical release. But like, I don't know. I feel like the industry visibly doesn't change as much if Paramount gets it.
Or Comcast Universal.
Or Comcast.
And that is where we land on this. Twin, you're absolutely right. And by the way, James Cameron, one of the greatest directors of all time, literally came out just hours ago and said this when they were asking, because everybody's asking about this, what's happening, what's going to happen with Warner Bros. You know what James Cameron said? He didn't mince words. Literally said this: Netflix would be a disaster. Sorry, Ted, but geez, Sarandos has gone on record saying theatrical films are dead. It's Suckergate. We'll put the movie out for a week. We'll put it out for 10 days. We'll qualify for Academy Awards consideration. I think that's fundamentally rotten at the core. Didn't you just say basically the exact same thing?
Not as eloquently, but yeah.
Guys, I understand from a user perspective. Who wouldn't want to sit down and have the Warner Brothers library at your fingertips at home? But guys, if Netflix gets this, we will lose. Because I don't care what they say. Now, keep in mind, Sarandos has come out and said, well, if we get Warner Brothers, that would help for theatrical distribution. Like, we'd focus on Netflix and guys, that's like me telling Twin, Twin, if you give me $1,000, I'll fly to Spain every month. Like, at a certain point, you need to be like, that doesn't make a lot of sense based off of everything you've said before. Would you really change just now? I don't think so, Twin. What are you feeling?
No, I think you're right. I think that we need to see evidence for that.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly the feasibility of how much more they look at it as a good investment to do theatrical releases upon acquiring the assets of Warner Brothers. People say a lot of stuff to get what they want. Obviously, people lie.
Yep.
I don't know. To me, it just wouldn't be worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Netflix will very aptly said they're willing to say or do whatever they want, but look at track record. I don't care what you say. What have you done? Netflix has consistently shelved movies, taken them out of theatrical, given them the least theatrical release possible. Look at Dead Men. What's the new Rian Johnson film? Knives Out film, right? We talked last week's show about how they're not doing that for another movie for the Flood, right? Mm-hmm. So this stinks to high heaven for me. I really hope Netflix doesn't get it. And this is getting so serious that I'm seeing people in the industry, even people that are against the current administration, saying, let's just give it to Paramount. Like, at this point, it's the lesser of two evils, because if Netflix gets it, they know, no matter where you stand, Netflix is, maybe they'll do theatrical for a couple months, and then, oh, look, it didn't work out. See, we were right. Let's go back to streaming. Now, we're leaving out Comcast Universal. That's still a good option. Let's not forget, they have Nolan right now. They're making a lot of money. They just released Wicked. So they're looking good. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be upset about Comcast and Universal. However, I just feel Paramount has a bit more hunger. I feel like they're wanting to prove something. I feel like Paramount and HBO kind of mesh together a little bit more than Peacock and HBO. Am I crazy?
No, that's a fair point. I didn't even think about how the streaming services would mix exactly, but fair point.
And something else to think about, and we'll wrap this up after this.
I was just using Paramount Plus today to watch Atlético de Madrid.
Thank you. We'll wrap this up after this, but this is something else to think about. And Congress has actually weighed in on this a little bit too, where it is possible that a streaming service has almost too much content. And if Peacock and HBO combined, maybe even the government would have to get involved, just because it's too much of a monopoly. Whereas maybe Paramount, everybody famously knows, Paramount doesn't really have that much options. Maybe if Paramount and HBO combine, it'd be like, oh, well, there's little on Paramount, so when it combines, it's not that big of a deal. Right. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll come back to this whenever an actual bid is made, but it seems like this is going to happen within the end of the year. Like within the end of the year, we're going to know, hey, Paramount is going to buy it at $78 billion, and this is going to happen in a year. So
in a year or by the end of the year?
I think that we'll know what's going to happen by the end of the year. However, it won't be finalized until a year from now. Does that make sense? Contracts and everything will be written, but obviously something like this takes time. You need government approval. You need who knows how many stuff. But I'm talking about that I think we will have a very clear answer by the end of the year, and we will be here to cover it, Twin.
We could be talking about that during the Christmas episode.
We can, and we have many others. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way, our Thanksgiving episode. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. We'll come back to that at the end of the show for what we're thankful for. But now that we wrapped up our two stories, I have a fun little game that we like to play.
Oh, God.
We're going to put trivia on the screen, and we love a little bit of trivia. So today's game, Twin, is going to be very simple. And play along at home, of course. I'm going to give you a movie, right? Mm-hmm. American Sniper. And Twin, you're going to say an actor in that movie, right? So you would say?
Did you say American Sniper?
Yes.
Bradley Cooper?
Exactly. And then I'll say another movie. I'll say Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And Twin will say, well, Bradley Cooper's definitely not in that, so I missed an actor. The actor, basically, I have somebody in mind that is in every single movie that I'm going to name. Big role, small role, it doesn't matter if he's in it for 5 seconds. And Twin's job is to put 2 and 2 together and really think about who are in these movies and who I'm thinking of. And here we go. Twin, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be, Jose.
Your first movie.
I'm going to get this on the first try.
Well, it's a Best Picture winner, $1 Million Baby. 2004. Twin, which actor am I thinking of?
$1 Million. I don't even know who's in that. Is Hilary Swank in that?
She is.
That's my guess. Hilary Swank.
That is incorrect, Twin. That is incorrect. All right. So
no, I want this to go on a little bit, actually.
Okay. So, second film, Gangster Squad. Gangster Squad. Who's thought of that movie?
Gangster Squad?
2013, Twin. You love Gangster Squad.
I have not seen Gangster Squad. I don't know who's in Gangster Squad.
$1 Million Baby and Gangster Squad on the screen right now. Twin, lay it on us. Which movie am I thinking of?
Which movie are you thinking of?
Which actor am I thinking of?
Morgan Freeman.
You know what? He is in $1 Million Baby, but that's not who I'm thinking of.
No, I thought I was onto something.
Okay, so we have 2 movies down.
Okay.
We're going to keep going. You know what? I'm going to throw out...
How much time do you guys have?
I'm going to throw out a random Marvel movie. Let's go with Avengers Infinity War.
Wow, really narrows it down. $1 million?
Throw out a name, my guy.
Avengers Infinity War? This is a complete guess.
Uh-oh.
Wait, no, he wasn't in Infinity War. He was in Endgame, I think. I was going to say Jeremy Renner.
Is that your guess?
No, because I don't think he was in Infinity War, actually. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
No! I'm not going to be able to fit all these movies on the screen.
Movies on the screen. You know what, Twin? I'm going to throw you a bone. I'm going to throw you a bone. And this is a movie that maybe you've seen, maybe you haven't. But we're going to go with Best Picture winner, The Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who's in that.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea who's in that.
From one Best Picture winner to another, Twin.
So I have to guess somebody who's in Infinity War. Because I don't know who's in Hurt Locker.
You don't know anybody who's in Hurt Locker?
I don't know
Twin?
anybody from Hurt Locker.
Without getting too crazy, the lead of that movie, you've already said his name in this conversation.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, but obviously I don't want to influence you. But throw out a name for us, Twin.
He was the lead?
Of Hurt Locker? Yeah.
Jesus, wow. No, you're thinking of The Town.
He wasn't the lead of that. That was Ben Affleck.
So this actor, he was in Gangster Squad?
He was. Yeah, that's the game.
Does he look like he fits
In Gangster Squad?
the name of the movie?
No. I love how you think it's a he.
Is it a she?
I don't know. It could be anything.
I didn't even think about that.
Twin doesn't recognize women in Hollywood. Walker Stoked.
I thought he had used the male pronoun previously. Jesus Christ. Fucking...
Twin's getting mad.
Is it a woman?
I don't know.
You legally have to tell me.
It is not a female. How about that?
Yes. Okay. I have no idea, dude. No idea. Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, incorrect. I'll tell you what, Twin. I'm going to make it a little easier for you because we can't go on here forever. Ant-Man. Ant-Man narrows it down. Which actor was in $1 Million Baby, Gangster Squad, Infinity War, The Hurt Locker, and Ant-Man?
I didn't see Ant-Man. Paul Rudd?
I loved him in $1 Million Baby and in The Hurt Locker where he was breaking down.
I haven't seen either of those movies. He could have been some intelligence guy.
Okay, we're going to do 2 more. I know he'll get it on the last one for sure. So we're going to do 1 more that's kind of difficult just because I want you guys to play along at home. Pain and Gain, Michael Bay, 2013. Pain and Gain.
I only know 2 people from that movie.
Okay.
It was Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, right? Right?
Sure.
Those are my 2 guesses. No, well, I don't know anyone else from that movie. I didn't see it. The last time we played this game, he picked movies that I had seen. No, I didn't see Turbo.
Your guess, please.
Well, Mark Wahlberg wasn't in Infinity War. The Rock wasn't in Infinity War. Right?
Okay,
That
so?
was Vin Diesel.
So? Twin's gonna start crying, ladies and
Was
gentlemen.
Mark Wahlberg in The Hurt Locker? Who did I say? No, I said Mark Ruffalo. Mark Wahlberg.
Incorrect. All
Are you
right,
serious?
guys. Because I want this game to be over because I'm done. My stomach hurts from laughing. Your last guess, man, and this is one of those like if you don't get it from now, you will be kicked off of the Woker Stoke Tower. Okay. Last movie.
He better be the lead.
Captain America: Brave New World.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Can we go over some of the movies again?
Twin, what movie did I just say?
Pain and Gain.
Okay, what movie did you say right now?
Brave New World?
Yes.
Captain America?
Yes. It's over.
So it's the answer is the guy who plays Captain America.
You don't know his name?
The black guy? Begins with an S?
Alright, guys.
This is too hard. Well, not the old Captain America, obviously. Because that's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
That's not the guy who you're talking about.
Oh my god, so this is something else.
Can I have a hint?
His first name is Anthony.
Oh! Anthony Mackie.
Ah!
That was a hard one.
$1 Million Baby, Gangster Squad, Infinity War.
I liked my guesses better.
Hurt Locker, Ant-Man, Pain and Gain, and the lead of Captain America.
Okay, how was I supposed to know about Gangster Squad? How was I supposed to know about the Hurt Locker? How was I supposed to know about the $1 Million Baby?
It's not like they're Best Picture winners or anything. All right, guys. Even people outside over here are cheering for you. Oh my god!
Funny.
All right, that was a great time. All right, guys. I hope you guys played along at home, and we will wrap this up with 3 viewer questions.
Yeah.
We got questions. So first up is we have our first anonymous donation, and they just wanted to support the show. They just sent in $1 to support. So thank you very much, anonymous.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and hope you keep watching. Maybe it's one of the commenters on the last video because I saw somebody.
Is that like the anonymous?
I don't know, but I saw somebody saying that they would donate for Twin because of the whole water bottle issue. Anyway, all right, and our second question is from our #1 fan.
All right,
and it says,
all right.
I would like to suggest adding a section called Fun Facts, where you can say fun facts about different movies, 1 per episode. For example, I would like to hear on this episode some for The Wizard of, and it got cut off, but I'm guessing it's The Wizard of Oz. I mean, we do have kind of fun facts, but maybe we call it trivia. But yeah, I mean, we can definitely do some for we'll definitely keep that in mind, #1 fan.
The fact or fiction sometimes contains a fun fact.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're asking for Wizard of Oz, I can give you a couple off the bat. It came out the same year as Gone with the Wind and was directed by the same guy, Victor Fleming. So can you imagine doing
That's pretty crazy.
2 of the greatest films of all time in the same year? I mean, that's just insane. But yeah, there you go. Another fun fact that isn't that fun is that the witch's green paint was actually made of like lead. So she got skin damage for the rest of her life because of that. Because, it was different times.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Or last fun fact for Wizard of Oz, there's a scene, we just saw it, when they're going to bed in a field of flowers. Remember Twin in the sphere? And then it starts snowing all over them. Remember? Yeah. That snow? Asbestos! So, yikers. Old
That's
Hollywood.
not good. That's not good.
Not good. Not good at all. So everybody from Wizard of Oz is dead. No, I'm just kidding. All right. And our last question, but thank you very much. We'll keep in mind for fun facts. We'll keep that in mind. Get a little fun facts going. I have a couple things in mind. And our last question to wrap up the show, Dana Derby is back.
She's back!
We're not going to answer the question anymore. I'm just kidding. All right. And the question is, this isn't really a question, but it says, I know the location of the woke or stoked ? Tower. Send me $10 in home goods store credit, or I'll reveal it on December 1st, 2035. Dana, I don't know what's going on with you, but thank you for the donation. Home goods store credit. What do you say, Tim? You got something to say about that?
Home Goods actually is part of a conglomerate that includes TJ Maxx and Marshall. I think if you get store credit at Home Goods, you can use it at the other places. I'm not 100% sure, but that's honestly a steal. Like Marshalls, I got a shirt at Marshalls one time, and it lasted like 5 years.
Are you gonna address the fact that we're being blackmailed right now? Instead of talking about your shopping spree, this guy is saying that he's gonna reveal the workers. Well, I got a shirt last Christmas. It was really good.
I think Dana's a girl.
Oh. Yeah, okay, well, this shim is threatening us to win, and you're not saying anything. Defend us.
Well, okay, between the two of us, I don't live at the Woker Stoked Tower. Only he does. So I'm actually kind of okay. Like, if I ever come over and, like, it's just, it's gone, I'll turn around and go home.
And that wraps up episode 14. Count it, 14.
Wait, do you want to give in to the blackmail?
I don't give in to anything. Dana, you got something to say to us, you come say it on the damn show, or write more questions, and we will never leave the Woker Stoked Tower. That's how I feel about that.
I think we should bring Dana on the show.
We'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know if I can handle that.
No, I might be able to ask Dana on Thanksgiving.
Yikes. That's even more sick that you're participating in the blackmail. All right, guys. So, Twin, take us out for Woker Stoked episode 14. Hopefully, you guys had fun. Twin, tell our beloved fans how you'll see them there.
It's been a fun 14 episodes. This is our first holiday season.
Yay!
As part of the show. We started kind of in the middle of the summer. It's been a good ride. Thank you for all the support and questions and everything. Yeah, it's been great. Jose, good show.
Always a good time, man, and we'll be back here for Woker Stoked episode 15 in a little bit. Until then, have a happy Thanksgiving.
The game was a little easy, but sure.